talking to Ramon Jackson about his upcoming projects.
So I'm re-releasing 4 songs from my album The First Time. And we have an incredible like Motown filter to the song The First Time, which already has a Motown feel anyway. So with the live instrumentation and the finish outs we're putting on it, it just really sounds dope.
Wow.
Classic soul kind of a joint, but with a kind of a newer R&B vibe as well. The First Time, it's being reworked. Braveheart, which is one of the signature songs from my album The First Time. Elevator, of course, which I already re-released with live instrumentation. This Is Why, which is off of my second album that came out in 2020, Silver Tongue. That's already been re-released as well with live instrumentation in it. But when you hear what live instruments add to it, it gives it an incredibly different appeal, because the studio produced track that I recorded it and released on Silver Tongue is actually an EDM track. Okay. So to retool that with live instrumentation and turn it into a love song that's a ballad, and the concept for the video that's going to be coming out is going to be really, really beautiful. So I'm excited about that. But yes, I'm doing 5 songs that are previously released, and then 4 new songs, and I will also have 1 remix that a DJ is remixing a song for me, so I'll throw that as a bonus track on there.
Wow, looking forward to that. I mean, I've heard the previous mixes and how they came out. I love those, but I can see where remixing is reworking the project as you hear it now, because as it's an art, it always changes, it's always morphing. That's a great thing. I know a few artists have done that. So you're in good company in my head anyway.
Yeah, I honestly, when I released The First Time, when I recorded The First Time, it was my first time. And I didn't know anything about mixing and mastering. My sound engineer was not where my current sound engineer is skill level wise.
So polite.
That's not what I wanted to say, but that's what I'm gonna say.
And we appreciate that.
So to look back and still be proud of that project, and so proud of it that I want to re-release some of my favorite songs from it, but I want to give them my best. And I want to give you guys give you these songs how I originally intended them to be released. With great mixing, great mastering, great instrumentation. That way you guys can really hear what it was that I felt in the moment of recording and releasing my first project.
Got you. So that's 5 remixes. What are the new tracks? Can you share any of that, the titling at least, with us?
I have a song called Bitterness that is about a situationship that I was in.
Okay.
And it's going to be a really great song. So the song is probably about 8 minutes long, and that's because there is a spoken word piece by a British spoken word artist, Bailey Harris Kelly. And so he's doing his spoken word piece as the interlude to the song. And then I wrote a song called Bitterness, which was about a situation.
Okay. And listen,
you'll just have to hear it.
Okay, but you know what? Those situations make for great material.
I mean, it's definitely outside of the box for me, because that's not usually the material that I sing about.
Yeah. Because all of your, at least the music that comes to mind for me of you, is romantic, gently sexual, but always upbeat and fun.
Yeah.
So Bitterness is a little bit of a departure.
It's different. It's. I will say I can't say it's outside of my personality, because it's life.
It's life.
It's life. It's something that I went through. It is very raw. and you get to feel how I felt.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll just say it that way. But that single will actually be released here in about 3 weeks.
Wow, will you be, okay, 3 weeks. Will you be returning to New York to release it?
I will be in New York when that releases.
Okay.
I'm not sure, because we're in a pandemic still, if I'm going to have a release party or not. But the whole album that I'm working on will be out shortly after this next single.
Any collaborations recently or in the future?
Yeah, so Shelly Spurl, Shells.
I know Shells.
Yeah, dude is a mad scientist. Yeah, he's that's my little bro. He's dope. He sent me a track over that I'm writing to. It's Back to My Nasty Self. It's R&B. I'm actually producing a young hip hop artist that I discovered, and he is going to be introduced on that track. And yeah, I'm super excited about it, because it's yo, if you know Shells, you know Shells puts out some stuff.
Definitely.
So he produced this track, and he was like, see what you can do with this. And I was like, oh, yeah,
okay.
This one right here.
Okay, looking forward to that.
I am also excited that I worked on a track with the band Bombser and Butterscotch Baby. It was their debut single, and we just filmed the video for it yesterday, 2 days ago.
Wow.
So I'm excited about that. That'll be out, I want to say January-ish on Vivo. We're going to release that on Vivo. And he's producing another song on this EP.
Okay.
As well. So
Bombser, I met him, I think.
He's an incredible musician. He plays a lot of different instruments. I think his musical ear is just wild. Like, I love it. Okay. And he's pretty meticulous, you know, about his artwork. And we're gonna drop another one on you.
Listen. Okay, all right. So you have collaborations, you have new material coming out, and reworking of the old material.
Hopefully, for my birthday, which is March 3rd, I will be releasing. It'll be the 1 year anniversary of Silver Tongue, and I'll be releasing the visual album. So we already have 2 music videos filmed for that, and I have a few more that are in the works. So by then, I should be ready to present the visual album. I think it's going to be pretty incredible. So I'm excited about that. It's my first time, you know, doing a visual album.
Okay.
And yeah, like, I already have the concepts for each song, and just syncing my schedule with, which is easier to do since we're in a pandemic and everything shut down. But syncing my schedule with the videographer's schedule and, you know, everybody else's schedule who I want to play roles in various songs. Yeah. When the pandemic hit, I was like, whew, it's a breather, because I was on tour and there were so many other things that I wanted to create. So having to postpone the tour and everything else just gave me the time to catch up to all the content creation that I wanted to do, to be able to work with the bands I wanted to work with, be able to film videos, to be able to do some live streaming things, you know, to be able to work on this talk show that I'm working on. So
to build the content in the time that you have. So that's a good thing. We also want to take time to mention where we are today. Where are we, Ramon?
We are at the legendary Ashford and Simpson Sugar Bar, 72nd and West End. The actual address is 254 West 72nd Street, New York, New York. It is a world-class restaurant and bar. It's also a world-renowned performance venue. So this stage has seen the likes of Patti LaBelle, Stevie Wonder, Lettucey, Brandy, Herbie Hancock.
You name it, they've been here.
Everyone, you know. So it's been super exciting being able to be an artist in residence here in the last 5 years, and you know, just a huge honor to be around, you know, Valerie Simpson, who is a music industry icon. You know, you have legends and you have icons.
That's right.
An
That's right.
icon is a legend's legend.
That's right.
And you know, that's what she is. You know, she's one of the most decorated and accomplished singer-songwriters in the history of music. She is one of the major reasons why we have soul music. You know, she and her husband, you know, Nick Ashford, wrote over 200 songs. 26 of them went platinum and gold. You know, they're Grammy Award winners, and they're one of the foundational members of Motown. So a lot of the songs that we all love from Motown were written by Nick and Val. So, you know, it's just an honor to be here, man. Like, every time I'm here, I'm like, oh my God. It's like, it's like going to grandma's house when you're growing up. And you're going over there for Thanksgiving, and you get all the good, you know, you getting the real good dressing, and you getting all the real, you know, all the
good food.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what being here feels like. It feels like that time of year you get to go visit someone that you don't get to see all the time, and you get all the real good food.
See, I agree. Ramon, thank you for your time. Thank you for meeting with us.
Absolutely.
And we look forward to all of the new sounds on that new project.
I'm super excited to release it, man. Like, I promise you, y'all gonna love it.
All right, Ramon. We'll talk to you again soon.
Absolutely.
All right.